Hello everyone, welcome. I'm going to do a project out of Magical Maidens. So this is a grayscale book by Jennifer Zimmerman. There's a flip through on the channel if you're interested. But I'm going to try to do a whole page out of this book with the Kalour Macaron colored pencil set. So these are brand new to me. I've played with them a little bit. I swatched them on a card. Other than that, I haven't done a whole lot with them. So it'll kind of be, you can see the colors. This one came broke, but you can see the colors I played with a little bit. So we will see if we can get some skin tones and some nice pastel colors out of this set. Now, because I am testing these pencils, I made a copy of this page. So it printed a little lighter, but for the purposes of this video, I think it will do okay. I'm a lefty, so I'm going to move these this way. And hopefully you can still see. Now, I don't usually swatch my pencils. I'm not big on swatching, mainly because I work in color combos, not necessarily single colors. So I find sheets like this, let me quickly show you, this more helpful than actual swatching. That's by Color with Claire, by the way. So I do have this little card that I'm kind of using because I'm unfamiliar with the pencils, but that is about as far as my swatching goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick skin tone colors, and I'm going to pick Ash Rose because it's close to like Nectar and Prismas. I'm probably going to try Cherry Blossom and one of these. So we will pull those first. Now mine are not in order anymore because, like I said, I had some out and was playing with them. I did start this page once just kind of playing with colors to see how well they'd layer for skin and things. That's how I got the idea that maybe people would like to see a video done with just these. Now I do not have the other sets, so I cannot tell you how they compare or if there's a difference or anything like that. Let me pull Shell Pink real quick. I do like these. I would consider getting the whole set at some point. I think they would be a nice, sorry, trying to read pencils here at the same time. I think they would be a nice addition to Prismacolors if you are running low on a Prismacolor or have a large area you don't want to use. Let me find... Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of this skin with you, and then I will probably pause it and finish it off and then do some of the other colors. That way we can see more than just skin tones. Let me pull it down a little. Okay, so as you may know if you've followed me, if not, if you are new here, I'm a Prisma girl. I love my Prisma. Now, when I ordered these pencils, I was not expecting the exact same thing as Prisma. You know, I'm not comparing them based off Prisma. I'm just kind of going off how I can layer them. I like to go darkest to lightest, so that is what I'm going to try to do with them. I know Prismas, you know, they're creamy and they tend to break if you press too hard. But you can get some nice, bright, vibrant color out of them, which is why I like them. They are very pigmented. This is more of a pastel tone set, but I do think they have good color. I have not broken one yet, which is good news, because I am heavy-handed as well. So I'm just trying to cover some of the gray they've put in already with my Ash Rose, if you happen to have. Okay, so I'm just kind of lightly building in my cheek here. I might pull one darker. Let's try Sea Fog. Now the other thing I noticed is the names on these are a little odd, I guess you could say. Like this is Sea Fog. I thought Sea Fog would be more like a bluish or something. But also like the magenta and the fuchsia is a purple, whereas I was looking for them more in the pink department. But other than that, no complaints. Okay. I'm not gonna do her whole neck. I will finish that off. We'll just work on her face for now. So these are soft. They're not as soft as Prisma, which I actually kind of like because I don't break them as easy. And I also don't feel like I'm going to burn through them as easy. Again, I only have this limited pastel set, so I can't tell you as far as like skin tones and things, if you would need a whole set or not, but I think this little set works nice for simple skin tones. Now I'm pulling Cherry Blossom. Circular motions. So just kind of filling everywhere. I was going to base layer because it's kind of a large face with marker, but I figured being these are new to me pencils, I would try them out. Okay, so filling in around this eye. I'm going to go under the eye. I will fix that area up with a black fine liner, so I'm not going to worry too much about it being perfect just yet. Bringing in that forehead a little. Trying to keep it smooth kind of here. Sharpen. I haven't had any problem sharpening. I use a Linkyo and they sharpen nicely. Okay, so this is just making that highlight on her forehead. I kind of want it lined up with her nose and her chin here is the goal. Now the way her face is turned, I'm going to have some highlights on this side. Is going to be lighter than this side. Oh, bless me. Sorry. So I'm just kind of filling in around there a little. This is just a light layer. Bring it all together. Now there is a line right here. I'm going to leave that white. I'm going to hit that with my lightest color. And same with this chin. So I'm not going to mess with any of that right now. Here's where you decide if you want to bring in a cheek color. So I'm going to try just regular peach because it looks a little pink. So I'm just going to put it in. And then we will blend it out with another layer of skin tones when we get that far. I'm going to put just a tiny bit on her nose. Just gives it a little more pink vibe to it. Not a lot. You'll barely be able to see what I do on her chin. I don't want her to look sunburnt or anything. Okay, same with here. I'm going to try to keep it even with this side. So Actually, that's kind of high for my cheek. So we'll see if we can fix it up a little here. I like it actually. It works out good right there. So we will get that all blended in as well. So I'm just kind of lightly adding a little bit of this pink everywhere so it doesn't look odd. Alright, and then we will take our shell pink, which is our lightest color. Make sure I'm on camera here, sharpen. The other thing about these pencils, smell. I have no smell. I had some kind of bug my daughter gave me, and I had the stuffy nose, and then I got the sinus infection, so I am still a little stuffy in my nose. I can't smell anything. I can tell you the smell didn't hit me in the face like Black Widow's did, so I don't think there's a huge odor. Had my boy smell it, he said it smells like wood. He didn't, you know, I said, you get a paint smell or anything like that, and he said, no, it smells like wood. So, that's all I can tell you on odor. Now, if you do get them and there is an odor, by chance, that I missed, you can always just leave them open for a little while and they will air out. I know my Black Widows aren't near as strong now as they were when I first got them. Okay, so I'm really kind of blending this cheek area out here. Again, medium pressure. These pencils, they don't layer as many layers as Prisma, which I think isn't a problem. It's just remembering and doing my layers right. But I think it looks okay for a first time with these pencils. Remember, there's going to be a learning curve because no two pencils color the same. So they do layer. I should have actually pulled a Prisma and tried to mix them and see what happens, but I think they'll work fantastic together. These are wax based. Now on the box itself, it doesn't actually say anything about wax. Someone had asked me and I looked. It doesn't say anything about wax anywhere. It says soft, smooth, lead, non-toxic, but when you look on Amazon, it does say wax wood. So. And I did Google it, which also says wax, just to be sure, because I didn't want to be telling everybody the wrong information. So, as far as I know, they are wax pencils. We don't actually have a lot of oil pencils in my collection. I was breaking out and trying new pencils there for a while. I bought the Castle Arts, and I hated them. They work okay on Amazon paper, I guess, but I did Arteza, and I like to mix them with my Prisma, but I don't really do whole pages in just Arteza. So, like, if I run out of ivory or cream in Prisma, I'll pull my ivory out of Arteza. And I bought the Koi Eye Nors, which I think are oil, but they're a little paper picky too. So then I kind of quit buying pencils for a while, because I was like, well, maybe I am just meant to stick with Prisma. Maybe I'm just picky. But then I seen this pastel set, and I was like, oh, I really need some pastels in my life, so we're going to try it. And I am happy, I think, so far. Okay, so this is that darkest purple again. Just kind of fixing up the cheek a little here now that we got some other colors in. Again, they're not adding another layer super easy. But it's doable. I definitely would suggest working like we did this piece, darkest to lightest, because I think if you put a base layer down with these pencils, you're not going to get the effect you're going for. But then again, I am heavy-handed, so maybe I just came in too heavy right off. so there is our face. I'm going to leave her face as is for now, and we're going to play with a little bit of hair. I'm going to start with pink, I think. So I'm going to go with Sakura first as a little base layer, and I'll show you why. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. Let's see what time we're at. 15. Perfect. Sorry, I thought somebody was coming out, but that's just my cat. Put my cat in timeout for a minute. As mean as that sounds. Okay, so I'm putting a light layer down, but I am not going to fill in all the white or anything like that. I'm going to work with it like this for now. And I'm going to bring it down pretty far. So all my roots are going to be pink. So when I do this piece, I'm going to bring it out. Make sure I'm on camera here. These whites I will put back in with something shiny, probably a white gel pen or a clear glitter gel pen. Something of the sort. Now again, this is mostly just kind of planning colors. I'm not really going in hard here. The only thing about doing your base layer like this is you want to go with the flow of the hair. And try to keep it even. So, you know, if you come over here and you come down this far on this piece of hair, you want to bring your pink down about that far on the other side. Just kind of keeps the feel of the balance. Okay. So this is probably going to be pink here. And then I'm going to transition my color downwards. So I'm going to call that good for now. Now I'm going to look at my color card here that I've been using. And I'm going to pick one darker. So I'm going to go... I don't know if we'll be able to see rose pink enough. Let's try it. Rose pink. Okay, so here is where we're going to come in. We're going to find our darks. Actually, this will be our medium tones. But we're going to darken. And you'll see how this all kind of plays out together here nicely. Again, not pressing hard. I'm not doing the flick technique. I probably could, but for this I'm just kind of playing to see if we can do a whole page with this set. We already got the skin, which is a good sign. This set does not give you a white. And I don't know how many of you use white, but with pastels I usually do. So I would probably have to pull a white from my Prisma for a few minor things. I mean, I could make it work without it, I suppose, but my OCD would really like that white. Okay, so again, we're just kind of filling in here the darker areas. This one overlaps here. Now this is our medium color, so we don't want to come in and burnish with it and not be able to get another color in. Oh, I colored her eye a little. We're about to see how well these erase. Okay, making sure I got her roots good. Okay, let me grab my eraser. Let's see here. Let me clean the tip so we don't have any transfer, and I blame it on the new pencils. Okay. Oh yeah, they erase pretty good. The pink anyway. barely even tell I made a mistake. Okay, and now we're going to pull the magenta, which this is magenta. And it's kind of why I think because I am used to Prismacolors, those are my go-to, I automatically think like a bright pink. So this threw me off the first time I was looking for it. And again, we're working in pastel shades, so this isn't going to be like the deep dark pink that we're used to. We're going to add some purples to get our depth here. Darken up those roots. Add a couple streaks up here of shadow. All right there. Okay, now we're going to go down here. I don't know if I want that whole thing pink. I think I do. Darken here, bring my other pink around. I think it just got skipped here. Of course, if it was laying flat, it would be down here and it would be blue, so maybe not. Trying to think it out here while I finish. Sorry, off camera. Bouncing around everywhere. Okay, pull these little strands in here. Okay, we're gonna go back to our rose pink, which is our medium. Okay, I'm leaving that highlight spot alone for now. Just kind of blending it all together here where we can. I do find I press harder with these pencils, but I think it's just because they are harder, so I feel like I need to get the color, but I don't. That's just habit, being heavy-handed. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to that first color. This is where I would like just a little bit of white, just to kind of make this shiny looking. There we have some pink hair started. If you want to know how to do pink hair with this set. Oh, that one broke. So one breakage so far. So this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, it kind of sharpened, but the lead had like a split down it. It's kind of like the same way this one came. See how it's like broken, kind of. They're fixable, not a huge deal as long as you know you're not sharpening and it's breaking and sharpening and breaking. I think all pencils are going to have a little bit of that just because it's nature of the beast. Shipping and banging around and hot and cold. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that for now until I get my blue in there, or purple. Build off that. I'm already almost out of time, so let's go ahead and put in lilac. We'll see if I can get a purple in at least. So lilac is my lightest purple out of the set. So I'm going from my pinks to my purple here. I'm going to do the same thing. This is my lightest, so I'm just going to put it all in. Make sure it blends nice and pretty with that pink. Sorry about that. Somebody let her out. Now you'll notice there's a glow around this dragonfly. I am going to try to keep that glow if possible. So I'm kind of working around that. That would also be another place. Be nice to have a white pencil. Alright, so filling it in. I'm actually going to add some blue to the tips of this, but I'm just going to do this one side real quick because I'm about out of time for this one. I still haven't got my new phone and set up or going or anything, so still on the short videos for now. Okay, so I'm going to pull Aqua. Give me 1 second to track it down here. Turquoise, Aqua. This is like a blue to me, and I keep wanting to look for it in the greens. So I'm not doing a whole lot of blue, but I want to bring a little in because I'm going to make these blue, and I feel like that would be a nice bring it together kind of section. Just tipping it with some blue, and that will blend a lot better when I get my purple mixed in some more. Again, I want to stay with the curve of the hair here. I don't want to be changing directions. So back with my lilac here. So overall, I would rate these pencils fairly well. I would put them above Castle Arts. I don't have like the browns and the greens and the reds to be like, they're amazing. Because I couldn't tell you if your reds are going to be more pink or, you know, like Artesa's or what. But I might consider getting the full set for my birthday, so we will see. We'll go from there. But as far as this set, I do like it. I think I will get some good use out of them. There's a Johanna Basford page in her new book, The Little Ice Cream Shop, I think it is, that I would love to try these on. So that will probably be my next project with these. Okay, so again, I'm bringing that purple down, but I'm gonna leave a little room for blue and that glow around him. The dragonfly. This is Dragonfly Diva, by the way. And I'm not sure why I felt like she was a pastel lady, but she feels pastel to me. Alright, so right here where our hair overlaps is gonna be a great spot to kind of bring in this blue here a little. I'm still going to bring in a darker and put in the hair strands. But. So there is our page so far. I am going to have to break it into two parts, but I will finish her skin and at least the base layers of the hair. I think her eyeshadow, I'm going to go pink, purple, and blue, and then it will match her hair. Of course, I will blend those together a little better so she doesn't have such a kind of going on, but questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please let me know. I will link these down below if you are interested. no pressure. It's just like every time I don't link something because I think I'm behind on the trend, and then somebody will ask me for it. So while I have it handy, I will post it down below, and I hope to see you next video. Thanks for watching.